Welcome to the world of economics. You have just joined class 11. Broadly, there are two parts in class 11 economics. One is statistics, two is Indian economic development. Statistics is a very broad subject, very broad subject. At university level, you will find that there are courses which teach exclusively statistics for 3 years, statistics honors. But here we will study just an introduction to statistics, that too in the context of economics. There are many things in statistics which we use in economics. Averages, spread of items, diagrams, and so many things. So here the attempt is to make you familiar with some techniques of statistics, so that when you start studying economics, say in second part Indian economic development, in class 12 microeconomics and macroeconomics, you should be able to apply these concepts there and have an understanding what do these mean. We are studying this subject in the context of economics. So naturally, first thing is, what is economics about? Let me tell you, you will learn what economics is about only after learning economics. Before that, we may say, but maybe you are not able to understand what does it mean. In fact, there is no unique way of describing or defining what economics is about. If you ask a common man who has not studied economics, probably he will associate economics with money, with stock market, with inflation, with unemployment, with taxes, with government, and so on. Economics talks about all these, but none of these things individually can give you an idea what economics is about. I will resist using technical terms, because these technical terms you are going to study in detail in class 12. But still I will give you some idea about what economics is. The simplest idea, first thing, there is no unique way of describing. There can be many ways. So I am just giving you one of the ways. The simplest way is that we study in economics how people take decisions. On what basis people take decisions? On what basis individuals take decisions? About two things: earning and spending. Earning and spending. अब आप कहेंगे साहब इसका मतलब क्या है? ये तो सभी लोग करते हैं। बिल्कुल ठीक, सभी लोग करते हैं, उसी को हम इकोनॉमिक्स कहते हैं। सभी लोग करते हैं, लेकिन उनको ये नहीं मालूम होगा क्यों करते हैं। What is in their mind before they think in terms of to take participation in earning? What is in their mind when they decide to spend on one thing and do not decide to spend on another thing? Economics studies all these. Why? Q. Let me explain these two terms in a little more detail. Earning comes from production. आप कहीं ना कहीं काम करेंगे, ऑफिस में, फैक्ट्री में, अपना काम करेंगे, मैकेनिक हो, कुछ भी हो. When you participate in production, who participates in production? The owners of factors of production. Who are the owners of factors of production? Those who own land, those who are able to work, labor, those who are able to invest, capital. Finally, those who are able to organize. So in economics, we broadly classify resources into land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. They all four come together, do some production activity, maybe running a factory, maybe running an office. And whatever this unit of the four earns, they divide among themselves. The basis of division we are not going to discuss. One who owns land gets rent. One who owns labor gets wages. One who owns capital gets interest. And one who organizes, the owner, he or she gets profit. These are all the four ways of earning. सोच के देख लीजिए, आप जो भी कमाते हैं, या तो वेजेस से कमाएंगे, या प्रॉफिट से कमाएंगे, या प्रॉपर्टी के रेंट से कमाएंगे, या फिर इंटरेस्ट से कमाएंगे. These are the four ways of earning. इन सब का जो टोटल है वो ब्रॉडली नॉट स्पेसिफिकली, उसको हम बोलते हैं नेशनल इनकम। यानी ये जो 4 फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन है, इनकी इनकम का टोटल, ये नेशनल इनकम। अब व्हाट डू वी डू विद दिस इनकम व्हेन दे अर्न? They spend. Where do they spend? Consumption. On consumption. Goods and services needed for household. घर में सामान लाना है, वो सारे खर्चे, वो कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर कहलाते हैं। इसके अलावा बिजनेसेस, फैक्ट्रीज, ऑफिसेस, शोरूम्स, कॉलेजेस, स्कूल्स, बैंक्स, ट्रांसपोर्ट कंपनीज, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनीज। I'm talking of a company, remember, not an individual. The companies also spent. Where do they spend? On buying machines, on buying buildings, on buying raw material, on buying furniture, on buying trucks, on buying taxes, on all these. उसको हम बोलते हैं investment expenditure. We call it investment expenditure. And note that this is what people do throughout their life. You may be earning in any form. आप किसी भी फॉर्म में अर्न कर रहे हो. You earn, you save, you spend. These 3 activities is being done by almost who are working, who are participating. I'm leaving out children and all that. So this is the activities which you spend throughout. Now, the question is, how do you take decision about, let us say, how much to spend on consumption, how much on each good and services, how much on investment? How do you take such decisions? Economics studies the basis behind these decisions. It's not that simple, मैंने ये खरीद लिया, मैंने वो खरीद लिया. What economics tries to find out, why? Why have you chosen to purchase one commodity rather than another? What has prompted you to join one occupation rather than another? What has prompted you to join one service rather than another? What has prompted you to invest in one occupation or another? Why? Clearly, what is behind the mind of a person who is earning or spending? He wants to make the best of earning and best of spending. So naturally, best of spending means, say, consumer spending, one gives him maximum satisfaction. Spending on investment, one gives maximum profit. How do people take such decisions? It is very difficult to contact each individual and ask him, why do you do this? Probably he or she may also not know why she is spending or earning in occupation and all that. Broadly they may give some answer, but that answer will not be sort of a analytical answer. So what economists have done? Economists have tried to frame principles. Okay, I am using the word principles. Principles here mean generalization of behavior. Generalization of behavior of those who are engaged in earning and spending. What does generalization means? What is behind the mind of most of the people? Generalization doesn't mean all the people. Most of the people, when they take decisions about what to spend, where to earn, which occupation to join, which commodity to buy. So when we say economics principles, so economic principles are nothing but generalization of behavior. Generalization of behavior. There are some alternative names also for this. We also sometimes call it theory. Theory is also same thing, generalization. What is likely to happen under these circumstances, that is a theory. अगर कंज्यूमर के पास ये हो तो कितना खरीदेगा, क्यों खरीदेगा, ये theory. Then there is another term used, law. Now law here also means generalization. All the three mean nearly the same thing. When you go to the university level, you may find some differences in these, minor differences. But at the beginning level, when we use the word principle, we use the word theory, we use the word law, they almost mean the same thing, that is general behavior of, say, consumer, of investor, of producer, and so many, all those who are engaged in economic activities. Now the question is, how do economists arrive at a principle, arrive at a theory, arrive at a law? Economists arrive at some principle, at some theory, at some law by taking a few steps. One step is apply logic. अब देखिए थोड़ा इसमें और सब्जेक्ट की चीज़ है. व्हाट इज द लॉजिक? बादल बनेंगे तो बारिश होगी, ये लॉजिक है. बारिश होगी, ये प्रिडिक्शन है. तो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ लॉजिक, if price falls, consumer is likely to buy more. If price falls, consumer is likely to buy more. Psychological, normally happens. And in this, on that basis, they predict. What is likely to happen? They predict. Change the logic, change the basis, prediction changes. This is, on this basis, suppose they predict that when price falls, demand rises. They predict an inverse relation between, remember, we have not yet made a theory of it. We have just made a prediction that this, our logic says, our thinking says that this is likely to happen. Now, the thinking may be wrong, the thinking may be partly wrong. How to know that my thinking is correct? My thinking is right? Clearly, one who thinks also needs some support from other quarters. जो मैं सोच रहा हूं क्या वाकई ठीक है? तो क्या होगा? So second step is test the prediction. Test the prediction. How to test the prediction? Collect data. Now we are entering into statistics. How to collect data? Go to the market, talk to consumers, talk to sellers. How much have you been able to sell at this price and all that? Talk to consumer.